April, what a joy to meet you, my dear.
Thank you.
I hear we have something in common.
That's what I've heard. That's exactly. Pastor Kevin told me that I was going to get to come meet Dr. Frost's wife.
Oh, my goodness.
And talk about play and talk about our new playground. And I'm so excited. It was probably almost 30 years since I was in Dr. Frost's class at UT. And it was eye-opening. I loved the way your husband taught, but also what he taught us. And the importance. I mean, the class was play and early childhood development, and that's exactly what it was.
Yes.
We learned about play, we learned about child development, and how critical play was
Oh, yes.
to having that child develop in all the areas.
Yes.
And so now I get to talk to you, and I'm so excited.
Well, my pleasure, my dear. I'll tell you for sure, because Joe always had wonderful students, and we all became friends, and we would just talk about all kinds of things, the playground, the children, and being married to him was a real education as well as a pleasure. Not only the marriage, but the professionalism that both of us shared, both in teaching and both interested in children. And I would love to have that carried through, and people like you are doing that. And I would thank the good Lord that we still have people who love to be interested in playing and children and seeing to it that they get it.
Yes.
And I'm really happy to be part of this. I know if Joe were here, he'd be in the big middle of it, and I'd be right there with him. So it was a family thing.
I can imagine.
Yeah. And we hope that we can show you and tell you that it's important enough to get you either to volunteer for working or money or whatever you want to volunteer to do. We take it. And we expect it. So.
Yeah, and the joy it's going to bring everybody. I mean, the little faces, I cannot wait to see them when they see the playground.
Yeah.
And the mamas and daddies, I can't wait to see their faces.
That's right.
And the church community, when they get to see it, and they get to see it just covered with little children.
Yes.
Again, it's not going to matter if they're their children.
No.
They're going to see all these joy-filled little faces.
Yes.
Doing all the things that little people are supposed to do.
Yes.
And it's just going to be amazing.
It is. It will be, and it has been in the past, and we want to continue it. As long as there's a school, there's a child, there's a parent, that's as long as we want it to work. Ever.
Yes. Yes.
Until God says otherwise.
Right.
Whatever that is.
Yes. Yes. And right now he's saying we've got lots of people to take care of, and this is a fabulous way to take care of them.
Isn't it? I'm telling you, yes. And if you give your heart, you just, if that comes, if your heart's out there, then your pocketbook will be open. And we need help. We need help to pay for things. We don't have everything free. Yes. And for good things, we pay a good price. And it's worth it. It's worth to have a good playground, a good membership place for all parents, and our spiritual goodness that comes from just being on the playground and the vicinity of a church is really inspiring. And it makes you think of God. You put Him first.